Nahum, chapter 1, verse 7, KJV, as it reads, "The Lord, Yahawah, HASHAM YAHAWASHI, is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him." Call Halayim La, Allahayanawa, Yahawah, HASHAM YAHAWASHI, HASHAM Bakahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the four corners of the earth, for the 144,000 and 1/3 chosen of Yasha the elect. And to you I say, Shalom, Shalom to Ha'akim, Wa'akwah, to all those young and new and faithful unto this truth, to all the brothers pushing this word in truth and sincerity. See, these days, if you ain't up on your faith, it's ample time, okay, for you to do so while the door is closing. And alas, in a few moments before the door closed, others will be able to squeeze through. Not squeeze, yeah. The parts that they are majoritarily passed through, okay? All right, people will be able to get through by, a foot, that door is closing, okay? All right. Those of you who are not up on your faith, okay, you ain't trusting in the Lord. You're not fearing in the Lord. You ain't calling upon his name. And then when you call upon the name, you call upon the wrong names, okay? You tend to do the traditional 500-year-old plus lie, okay? You're not going to get answered, okay? All right, simple as that. All right. Yahawah constantly, okay, went up against the Pharisees and the Sadducees, the scribes, for them that took note. And as you can see, what became the New Testament is filled with his parables, okay, that they didn't get, okay, the Pharisees, the scribes, and Sadducees, or what you would call these modern day Christians, these vocab Malone, Sonetta, these 19 key, what's that, comedic, all right, doctrinist, okay. All right, these guys are the living examples of what Yahawah was putting up with in those two times. Okay. I'm going to be reading from Matthew 15, probably 1 down to 20. Let me get that. Matthew chapter 15, verse 1 through 20, as it reads. Then came to Yahawah, scribes and Pharisees. Let me start over. Chapter 15, verse 1. Then came to Yahawah, scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, verse 2. Why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. Verse 3. But he answered and said unto them, Why do ye also transgress the commandments of the Heavenly Father by your tradition? All right, verse 4. For the Heavenly Father commanded, saying, Honor thy father and thy mother, and he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death. But, verse 5, but ye say, whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift by whosoever thou mightest be profited by me. Verse 6, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of the Heavenly Father of none effect by your tradition. Okay, so basically what he telling them is these guys, instead of doing things the way the Heavenly Father commanded us to do, the Pharisees and scribes, the Sadducees, rather do things their way. All right, what going by what they think, constantly, pretty much what the Christians are doing today, what these Kemet's and other heathenistic cultures of customs are doing. Okay, and you got their forefronters trying to take on the true men of the Lord. Okay, they constantly snare and trap themselves trying to take on the true men of the Lord. Okay, for the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the scribes for them knew not the scriptures. And YAHAWASHI constantly walked these people down to the carpet. Okay, verse 7, ye hypocrites, well did, instead of Isaiah, but it's Isaiah prophesy of you. Well did Isaiah prophesy of you, saying, this people draweth nigh unto me. Salakia. Let me read that again, verse 8. Verse 8. This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. All right, verse 9. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. And he called the multitude and said unto them, hear and understand. Okay, that was verse 10. Verse 11. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man. All right. Verse 12. Then came his disciples and said unto him, knowest thou that the Pharisees were offended after they heard this saying? But he answered, verse 13, and said, every plant which my heavenly Father hath not planted shall be uprooted, shall be rooted up. Verse 14, let them alone. Leave them alone. In other words, let them alone. They be blind. They be blind leaders. Let me read that again. Verse 14, let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. The apostles on down, starting head apostle Tahar on down, go into this all the time with us. Okay. Verse 15. Then answered Peter and said unto him, declare unto us this parable. And YAHAWASHI said, and ye also yet without understanding? In other words, you don't understand? Okay. Verse 17. Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goeth into the belly, and is cast out into the draught? But, verse 18, those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile the man. So, it's about what you say. You're going to further break it down to him. It goes, verse 19, for out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. Verse 20, these are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashed hands defileth not a man. Okay, so basically the Pharisees and Sadducees and the scribes was tripping because the disciples yet to wash their hands before they started eating, right? Okay, as you know, that's pretty much how our evil twin does things. He focuses on physical things. Okay, he cast that off on the other nations, cast that off on 2/3 of our people, 501c3 style, or not even a 501c3 style. Most people are usually just ignorant before they even come into the truth, thinking they know something. When you come into this truth and humble you, you're going to have to learn things all over again, because that's the nature of the truth. There are religions of the world, and then that's the truth. Actually, let me flip that around. That's the truth, because the truth created the universe, okay, and everything in it. The truth is the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, who's the Word of Yahawah, okay? YAHAWASHI is His Word. YAHAWASHI is the Word of Yahawah, okay? That's the truth. So you have the truth, and then you have religion, or everything else, okay? The truth separated from religion. What we are as Israelites are not religion. This is our life. This is who we are. Okay, this is, how can I put it? Our this is our lifestyle, our existence. Okay, I'm on the tip of the tongue here, but I could better example it. So like I could better example this by comparing Hebrew to Hebrew. And Abraham's the father of Hebrews. Okay, you have all his children are Hebrews, but only one has that true blessing that directs him, okay, to the Heavenly Father. Okay, that's the Israelites. Said it before. You got other Hebrews, but all Hebrews are not Israelites. All right, the Muslims are heathens. All of them, everybody else are heathens. Okay. So basically, the Sadducees, the Pharisees, and the scribes for them basically didn't know. They didn't study. They didn't go deep, and they took things along for themselves and made it that way. Okay, kind of like how our competition is doing today. Okay, so basically, I don't want to turn this into some rant, but let me get this here. James chapter 1 verse 4 through 7, as it reads, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Verse 5, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Heavenly Father, that giveth to all men liberally. Salakia. Okay. And read that again. Salakia. Verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Heavenly Father, that giveth of all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Verse 6. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. Verse 7. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. Okay. Basically, what that means, as is. Okay. All right. Lacking in faith, which is a gift, okay, of the Heavenly Father, all right, of heavenly faith. You got to ask for anything spiritual of the right, the right hand side, do the work with all your heart and mind and all your might, privately, which leads to Ephesians. Chapter 8, verse 2. Let me get that. Chapter 8, verse 2. Ephesians, chapter 8, verse... Salakia, chapter 2, verse 8. All right. As it reads, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of the Heavenly Father. Okay, so it's all about faith. Akim wa Akwa. You have to have your faith in these coming days. All right. The Lord spoke of a small grain of mustard seed. You can do things. You talk to that mountain, it's going to move out your way no matter the size of it. Okay. And we got to comfort each other with these words. That's what we have each other for. Okay. All right. So you got to keep believing no matter what. All right. All right. That should do it. I ain't want to make this too long. So I hope you, brothers and few sisters, found this edifying. And with that, I say shalom.